Spring break is upon us. Let's talk about how we're gonna get our homes organized before it begins. So funny, when I used to talk about getting like spring break ready, it used to be about like getting ready to be in a bathing suit and, work on my suntan. Oh, how things have changed. Now I have kids and now I gotta prepare my home, right? For the craziness, for the unique schedules of spring break. So I want to help you do that as well. I'm going to take you through a Saturday and Sunday. If you don't have a typical like Saturday, Sunday weekend schedule, just pick any 2 days, but I'll be referencing Saturday and Sunday. Saturday, we're going to be talking about decluttering and resetting your home. And Sunday will be about kind of creating new systems and the finishing touches. So let's get to it. Okay, I'm going to go through 5 different zones throughout your house specifically. If you don't have one of these zones, sub it out for another area of interest, but these are kind of all the high points, right? Number 1 is your mudroom entry zone. Let's talk about what we're doing here. Spring, hopefully you're getting some warmer temperatures if you are used to the freezing cold. So we want to just touch on all of everything that's like in your mudroom entry way, okay? Get out those heavy jackets that maybe you don't need anymore. If there's winter stuff up there that's accumulated that you don't want anymore, put it in a donation pile. This is also the place you are going to go through those grimy backpacks, right? Give them a good wash. I put mine straight in the washing machine. I know some people just spray them with Lysol every day, but I like to just pop them in the washing machine too. Go through it. What's in there? What needs to be addressed? Sometimes we kind of can fall behind on backpack stuff. So now's your time to catch up on it and then start fresh. Once you've emptied it, have your kids do this. Some of this will be dependent on the age of your kids, but for the most part, hopefully they can help you with a lot of this, right? Have them go through it, clean it out, and then go ahead and restock it for what they need when they go back to school after spring break, okay? And if you tend to get either overwhelmed or kind of in over your head, or you try to do too much, go ahead and set a timer, 20-minute timer for each of these areas. Some areas may not take that long. Some areas may take a little bit longer, but at least you'll be off to like a good start. Set it, and then you can just move on to the next thing, okay? The living room is next. We're not focusing on perfection, but let's just get this area calm and tidied, right? Let's fold up the blankets. Let's get the, what are they called? The remotes in one place, chargers in one place, dust off the areas if you want to. Again, this isn't about like an intense cleaning or anything like that, but it's about just organizing and preparing these spaces, especially these like high traffic areas prior to spring break, prior to when maybe your kids are going to be home all week, maybe you're off work. So just prepping these areas. A little trick or tip here, grab one of those blankets that you're going to eventually fold, but before you fold it, put all the stuff that doesn't belong in that room in the blanket and then go disperse of it, okay? Then come back, fold the blanket. Up next, kitchen counters. Clear off the kitchen counter space. This is going to be a high traffic area for sure during spring break. I am envisioning all the snacks, all the drinks, all the stuff on the counters, right? It just happens. It just happens, no big deal. But let's go ahead and clear off all the stuff that does not need to be there prior to it. So those, pieces of mail that you haven't dealt with yet, let's deal with them. Bills, let's pay them. Everything else put away, either if you need to file it. We can talk about taxes. Do you have some tax stuff on your counter? Let's go ahead and address that, deal with it, put it in a folder, put it away, shred it. Just kind of aiming to really clear off these countertops as much as you can. All right, up next are the bedrooms, kids' bedrooms specifically, okay? We're not doing a deep overhaul because listen, we can't be doing that in 20 minutes. No one is doing that in 20 minutes. Hit the high areas, right? We're tidying up. We're seeing things that don't fit. Maybe you have had a bag in the closet that is now overflowing with clothes that need to be donated. Let's get it out. Let's take it to be donated at a specific time that you decide. We're wiping down the surfaces. We're making sure nothing's living under the bed. We are just basically tidying this space. Again, I applaud you if you want to do a whole entire overhaul. This is a great time to do it, especially if you have time off work and your kids are there and you want them to be involved. Breaks are a great time, and it's not only because that people are off work sometimes and off school, but also because it's a change in season. And so that is such just a natural reminder to kind of change things and do this reset and prepare for the new season, right? So if you want to do that and you have the time, feel free. Otherwise, set that 20-minute timer, get your kid in there to help you. And if they don't like some of this, some kids are really into it, some kids not so much. Try to remind them, like, we are trying to make space for the spring break fun, right? For the fun that they're going to be having. So clearing their room, I don't care if you need to bribe them with something, whatever works, but keeping that picture in mind. Now listen, after spring break, I know what you're thinking. You're like, well, my house is going to be crazy again after spring break. We're going to set up systems, so hopefully that doesn't happen. But even if it does, you'll still just have to then tidy up. You've already got the systems in place. It shouldn't be too much of a headache. And again, you'll just feel better going into spring break if you do it beforehand rather than waiting till it's even crazier. Next is your playroom or activity area, your bonus room, basically where the kids are gathering and playing, okay? Once again, those broken toys, they're getting out of here. Things that belong together are going together. Clearing space on the floor, setting zones up, right? Maybe you have a play kitchen in one area. Maybe you have a reading nook. Oh, I love a reading nook. Have, little bean bags, whatever it is, whatever your space allows for, and whatever your kids are involved, kind of interested in, whatever your kids are into, make that room kind of focused around that, especially during this time. It can also because again, your kids are going to be with you helping with this, and it can get the wheels turning for how you want to set up that space for spring break. Like maybe you want to do something different. Maybe you set up a little movie area that they can kind of have an afternoon movie, afternoon viewing, right? Maybe they do put on a play. Kids get really creative during this time when their brains can just kind of breathe, take just a chill pill. So set it up for that. Again, highlights, getting the stuff out, putting things together, making those categories, setting it up like that. That's pretty much it for your Saturday. Yes, you can do, your bathrooms if you want to do your bathrooms. You can do your dining room if you want to do your dining room, whatever you have time for. But those are kind of the high traffic areas, right? So now make note as you kind of pan your house, as you look around, as you scan, notice what is already tons better from what you've done, and notice what may still need some help, right? So the places that still need help, those are where we're especially going to focus on putting in systems tomorrow. So for example, sometimes a messy counter may just take 5 minutes to clean off, right? But a counter that's messy every day probably needs a new system in place. Something's probably not working, right? So just kind of keep that in mind. And maybe you just either make a mental note or maybe you make an actual list of stuff you want to tackle the next day. On to Sunday. All right, we're gonna make some systems, some stations. Oh, I love a good little station, little nook, right? Okay, starting with the snack station. Maybe you put it in your pantry. Maybe it's one shelf, you put different baskets in and they're pre-portioned snacks, easy for the kids to get, stuff that you want them to have. Or maybe you even put it on the counter. That's okay too, so they're not, fumbling around all in here. You can even I've done one snack bin. This is for just like normal everyday life, but we did a snack bin for each kid at one of the pantries that I did. And my client said that their kids absolutely loved it because it was like their own personal stuff, right? And maybe you set some parameters around this. Maybe it's specific times that they can have it. But the biggest thing is we're fostering some independence for them. They're asking you for help less because let's be honest, a lot of this is about keeping your sanity as well. I know that some people thoroughly enjoy spring break, summer break, winter breaks, all those breaks as parents. Sometimes the lax schedule is nice, but man, sometimes it's overwhelming, right? It's a lot to like switch from this normal routine to something completely different. So this is also very much about gaining, maintaining your sanity. I see you. Ooh, the next one is activity or boredom buster bin. This could be a bin, a activity cart. I'm using hand motions like I have a cart that I can show you. I don't, but here's one. And this is so that the kids aren't saying, I'm bored, I want to do this, I want to, you've got it all set up. And you can decide how involved you want this to be. Do you want to change it every day? That sounds like a lot of work to me, but some parents have more energy than I do. You could do a theme every day. One could be under the sea and you're gonna do painting and it's gonna be under the sea and you're gonna do all activities around that. So decide how you want it to be. Do you want a theme? Like basically you're having your own spring break camp if you do something like that. Or do you just want it to be things that the kids maybe haven't thought of in a while? You put puzzles on there, you put coloring books on there, you put ingredients to make slime if you trust your kids to do that. You put a magic kit on there, anything like that. Things that probably that they haven't played with in a while so that they'll really find some new excitement for it and it's not just like the same old stuff that they use. And stuff that, again, that's gonna foster creativity. You can also, there's tons of things that I'm sure you can look online and find, but you could even have a little sheet that says bored, ? Try these ideas. Here's a writing prompt if your kids are into writing. Here's a craft idea that you can do. So you can literally lay it out, label it. Hey, here's a scavenger hunt. Find 10 things in the house that starts with the letter L. This is just off the top of my head. I didn't write those things down, but those are just the ideas that are quickly coming to mind. I know you're super smart. You can think of some too. Next is going to be the daily drop zone. You can use this in your mudroom entryway. Again, I'm like showing you guys this. I'll put video over this probably. And you're going to give each person their own designated bin, basket, container, okay? This is where they can just drop. You've come in from the library and they just drop their stuff in there. They can put what they want in their bin. It's basically just a drop zone, like a normal mudroom drop zone entryway. The caveat is they need to be emptied by the end of, I would say the end of each day so that things don't pile up too crazy and so that your kids remember where things are. But you can set the time parameters, but giving them maybe just a little bit more of a structured area to put their stuff, not just like a hook. Another little station or area you can do is a charging station. If your kids are gonna be using any type of like electronics, whether it's like video games or iPads, tablets, anything like that, if you allow for some of that time during break, I would say give yourself a charging station. How many times? Where's the charger? Okay, I'm gonna say that kids say this, but adults say this too. Hey, where's my charger? Hey, where'd the charger for blah, blah, blah go? Set them up a little station. It can be on your kitchen counter that we've just cleared off, right? It can be on kind of like a entryway buffet table, whatever. You pick the spot. I don't need to tell you. You know where probably a good area is. And the last part is just do one final walkthrough of the house. These are the stations you've made. Maybe as you're doing this, you'll think of new ones. Please share them below. Share them with me and everyone if you have another idea. But as you're walking through, you can kind of visualize, okay, clutter has collected here before. So if I didn't touch on said spot where clutter collects, let's put some kind of system in place, not just for spring break, but in general. And let me know, is there a specific spot that you have clutter collecting that I didn't touch on that you need help with, like how to prevent that or just how to handle it? Let me know and we can go through it together. And hopefully after that, you've kind of set really set the stage for, I'm not gonna say peaceful, because I don't know what it's like in your house, but hopefully a good spring break for you, for your family, and hopefully you just feel organized going into it and it won't take long. Hopefully you'll be able to maintain some of this throughout the week and then on through the rest of spring. If you want me to do any other spring break type videos or spring reset, anything specific, you guys know, just let me know what you're looking for. Happy to help. However, because I think if there's something that's helpful for you, it's probably helpful for someone else too. So let me know. I'm so glad you're here. Make sure you subscribe. I'll talk to you guys soon.